worst possible thing you could say when you walk into a car dealership. I spent 5 years with Mercedes-Benz, 5 with General Motors, and the worst thing a person could say when they walk in is, if you could just get me to this payment, we got a deal.
So your loan's probably still like 19, which means you got to pay to get out. You're upside down. It's called negative equity.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Car Shopping Questions and Answers. I'm your host, Deshone the Auto Advisor. This is episode 12, and we do these live shows to make sure that those who are committed to financial literacy get the insider strategies they need to get below market car deals. And the only way you're going to do that is by using strategy. So that is what we teach here. I am all about giving you the simple strategies you need to sit at home and let dealers bid for your business, let banks bid for your business, and let people bid for the cars that you're going to sell, not trade. And that's what we do here. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Deshone the Auto Advisor. I spent 14 years in the car business. And since 2020, my mission has been to create smarter car shoppers, buyers, and owners. So if this is your first time ever seeing us on a broadcast, could you type the number 1? What's going on, Lisa Jane? Good to see you. I appreciate it. Hey, you're the best. I appreciate it. Listen, you keep using what I'm teaching, you're the best. I just love people who are committed to their money, because the wolves, the 80% of car salespeople who you deal with every day, and you don't know how to find the best car salespeople to deal with, those people are committed to their money. One thing about the wolves and the sharks is they are committed to making their 15, 20, 25, 30 grand a month, and they do not care who gets in the way. When you walk in, you're a casualty of war if you don't know what you're doing. So that's what we do here. So you guys can start typing your questions. I do have my man Dolan in the back moderating. He's going to bring your questions into the show. And if you're watching and you see the banners, that means this is a rebroadcast. But if you don't see the banners, we're live. And right now we're live. This is our Wednesday, 7 p.m. live stream. Okay, so once we get a couple questions, my man Dolan will bring the first one in. We'll get the show on the road. But the simple housekeeping, for those of you who don't know, I am the author of the new digital book, Cars from Home. We're rated 4.94 on Goodreads.com. Thank you to everyone who's reviewed the book and used it. I want you to email me your deals when you pick up your cars. See, what I want from you guys is to be excited about the deal. Right now, most of you are ashamed of your deals. So that's just a fact, because you wouldn't email. And I'm not in the business of telling people they got bad deals. But once you start using what I'm teaching and you start getting bids and shopping the easy way, you'll love to share your car deals. You'll be sharing your car deals with anybody willing to listen. And that's what I want. Okay, so as part of our welcome launch, you can get your copy of Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. It's 75% off in my TikTok bio for 30 minutes, in my Instagram bio for 30 minutes, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can click the comments we have pinned for you, and you can get your copy for 75% off. You won't pay the normal $97. You'll get it for $24. So, Dolan, if you could, matter of fact, I'll throw the banner up. Dolan, you could throw the first question up, and let's get the show on the road. Okay, this one's from TikTok. Miss SPM Clark, how are you? Is it a good time or season to buy a vehicle? That's a great question. Is it a good time? And whenever you hear a question that you like, that y'all running the likes up on TikTok already. Shout out to everybody tapping the screen, running those likes up. I appreciate you all. That's a great question. Is this a good time or season to buy a vehicle? There's no bad time. I'm going to tell you why. What you're depending on is to be positioned to find a dealer who really wants to move a vehicle. Now, 80% of dealers are overpriced. I'm going to continue to say that. Now, the reason I know that is because since 2021, I've worked with 1,600 people in my coaching program and probably another 5,000, 6,000 that have my book already. I know the data. When we're looking at offers, 80% are overpriced. So you need to know that 80% of the dealers that you're dealing with, 80% of the dealers in this country, if you're driving down the highway, 80% of the dealers are overpriced. They don't all have the same prices. I know you may have been taught that, oh, every dealer is the same. They're all different. They're all competing against each other. So you now use that to your advantage. Marketing tells you when does the marketing tell you is the best time to buy a car? We got a good number of people on here already. Make sure you stay by your keyboards, because if this is your first time on the show, you'll see we ask questions, and then I need you guys typing fast so that we can keep the dialogue going fast. When does the marketing tell you the best time to buy a car is? Okay. Brighten up my light while y'all do that. Hold on. I'll be looking at your answers. Okay. New year. Yep. New cars. Okay. When cars come out. Okay. End of the year after September. Okay. End of the year. I see you, Jamie, on Instagram. Okay. So that's the busiest week of the year. You go into any car dealership, it's a zoo. Now imagine that. I want you to put yourself in the car dealer's shoes. If you knew that you had customers trained so well that by that last week of the year, the place was going to be a carnival. And that's the end of the month is like that too. Holiday, President's Day is like that too. But here's what I want you to think about, because that's just a myth. There's no better deals. So there's some people that are buying cars during the holidays overpaying for them. Because here's the thing, you got a line of people behind you. If you're at home shopping, that's different. But if you're in the dealership, think about it. You got a line of people behind you, 10 people. So when the salesman's talking to you, it's like, I don't even have a lot of time, right? Salesman doesn't have a lot of time to talk to you. Listen, Bernard, listen, man, I'm making you a good offer. You see the place is packed, man. You know, I would take it if I was you, but you know, we really don't have the time. You know, if you wanna think about it, you're more than welcome. There's no guarantee the car is gonna be here when you come back. Psychology working all against you. I told you, if you've been on the stream before, you know the name, that you winning is not the important part in a car dealership. It's making you think you're winning. So when you want to be in a car, this is when you want to be shopping 3 months before you need to have a car. And I'm going to tell you why. If the place is a carnival, there's no reason to give cars away. There's no reason. Why do I want to do a big sale? Why do I want to discount the cars if the place is packed? There's 3 customers for every car that I have. It's a marketing game. Now, the opposite is true. You got to think about this. On the 3rd of the month, when the place is empty, 10th of the month, dealers looking at I remember we used to look at our numbers, right? Because everyone makes you think dealers only think about their numbers at the end of the month. Go at the end of the month when dealers want to hit their numbers. Don't you think dealers want to hit their numbers on the 10th? Don't you think if we have to sell 250 new cars and we look on the 10th of the month and we're like, oh, we only got 70 cars sold. We're not pacing good. We look like we're going to fall. We only got 50 cars sold. Oh, this is a horrible month. Anybody who sends in an internet inquiry they're like, oh, look, we're behind. There's not this magic thing where it's like every month at the end of the month, the last 3 days, dealers are pushing to hit their numbers. Some dealers hit their numbers 5 days before the month is up, 3 days before the month is up, which means you come in at the end, we already hit the numbers. But again, it's a game of psychology. So what I'm teaching you is to understand, I was in that game for 14 years. I was very good at playing the game. Now, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't a person who lied. Anybody who knows me from New Jersey knows anytime, the way you guys see Deshone, there's a couple people who since, you know, we've gotten over 2 million followers now across all these platforms. So God has blessed me. But there are people who know me. They dealt with me. And when they see my videos, what they say is the same way he is in the videos is the same way he was in the dealership. Nothing changed. Some people are like, oh, I'm online now, I'm teaching. And then it's like they got a bunch of people out there that's like, no, that's not, he changed when he went online. The same way I was in a dealership teaching people about numbers, about leasing, don't buy your lease, all of this stuff that I'm teaching in the stream is the same way. So the game of psychology is what you have to stop falling for. Stop looking at marketing, and now you have to look at what does make sense. That's being in the market 3 months before you need a car. I'm gonna tell you why. If your lease is up in a month, that's good because you can extend. So I always tell you, start shopping when your lease is up, when you got one payment left. That's good. Start shopping your offers, because if worse comes to worse, you can extend the lease for free and you can buy yourself another month or two. You want 3 months because here's what happens over 3 months. Lease deals change if you're shopping for leases. Offers and incentives change if you're shopping for cars that you're buying. If you're shopping for a new car you're buying, you can look so here's an example. Let's say I'm looking for a dark blue, Kia Sorento, right? For example, if I reach out to them, something I teach in my process is we have 2 dates. 2 dates. Those of you who have my book know this. Some of you have seen it in my free social media videos. 2 dates. As soon as date, no later than date. As soon as date is the soonest you can say yes to an offer. That's the soonest you should be looking at offers. You shouldn't be looking at offers if you can't say yes to it yet. Wasting time. Then the second date is the no later than date. That's our deadline. So the time between there, I like to see 3 months, because when you reach out to a dealer, one of the things in my template in my book, one of the things you should say if you're talking to a dealer is, I can make a deal today, but I don't need a car until December, whatever. Whenever that is, in the summer, whatever. Because the time in between that is your leverage. That's the time where you can say no. That's the time where everyone else who's going in the dealership, the way everyone else shops, they're going in desperate. Oh, I need a car today. I need a car by Friday. All of the stuff they're saying out their mouth that's going to make sure they pay more, because car sales people hear that stuff. And so you're not saying that. You're saying, hey, if you got a blue one and it's not going to be here for 8 weeks, I'm interested in that. See, they can't present that to these other customers that are there desperate mode right now. That car that 8 weeks away, can't present it. So inventory changes on a month-by-month basis. Incentives and rebates change on a month-by-month basis. I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing though. Let's go to used cars. Price trends change on a month-by-month basis. So when we go to shop for used cars, we always have on alert so that every single new car that hits the inventory pops up on our phone, in our email. Everything I'm teaching you is in my book. Now, I don't hold back. You can get it any way you want. You can get it on the stream. You can get it on my videos. You can get it in my book if you want it all in one spot. But so when we do this, everything new is popping up. We can see the price changes. We can monitor the price changes. But the biggest thing is when a dealer needs a deal, you're positioned. Let that sink in. I just gave you a scenario a couple minutes ago of how it looks when a manager comes in and says, all right, y'all, we got to have a meeting. Okay, y'all, it's the 10th of the month. We only got 50 cars out. We got to sell 250 cars by the end of the month. We're way behind. Anybody who is real, that's what we call a real customer, a real buyer. Get them on the phone and, see if they're open. We're not turning away any reasonable offer today. Now, for those who are desperate, need a car today, need a car this week, those people been going. They're never going to get these phone calls, very rarely, because they're moving so fast. You position. You in their email. Tom knows Sparta is been emailing me. He told me he doesn't, or she, I can't tell if it's, I can't tell by your name, whether you're a man or woman, but let me see. Sparta, hey, I know I couldn't get to your offer before. You still open? Yeah, thank you. What you got? Positioned. So you can't do that when you're desperate and when you're shopping. Now, if you're in an emergency, understood. You totaled your car, you need a car in 2 weeks, Understood. We got plenty of people who get in, use my stuff. They get their car in 2 days. They get their car. That's why my biggest thing is teaching you the strategies you need to get below market deals in 48 hours. But the benefits of having time can't be measured. The benefit of being able to look at deals, have dealers call you. I had one of my people who listened to me. He had a Kia Telluride. The general manager called him the last day of the month and said, look, if you could get this done today, I'll take $5,000 off the price. That's the one he ended up going with. His name is Wendell. So I don't say there's a best time to buy a car, because I've seen deals at the beginning of the month. I've seen below market deals at the end of the month, non-holidays, holidays. I've also seen people overpay with no strategy at the beginning of the month, the end of the month, the holidays. So you get what I'm saying? Y'all understand that? It's all about being positioned. And if you can be positioned, you'll find that you'll love getting those calls and those emails. Like, man, all of those people, when I reached out to them, they act like they didn't want to do a deal, or they couldn't get to my number. Don't worry. 2 years ago, I was shopping for my mother's Mazda CX-5. I reached out in October for the offers. I looked at the offers, didn't like them. Then I reached out in November. Same salespeople. They knew me. They know I'm serious. But hey, I didn't like the offers last month. Didn't like the offers in November. December, guy calls me or emails me, Deshone, I got this car. Let me know if it'll work for your mother. I think I can get to your number on this. Saw the car? Yep, car works. That's the one we ended up getting. Strategy. All right, that's how I want y'all moving. Go ahead, Dolan. Next question. This one's Lisa Jane from TikTok. How are you? And we are live, y'all. This is our Wednesday, 7 p.m. live stream. So if you don't see the banner, that means we're live. If you see the banner, that means you're watching the replay. People watch the replays all throughout the week, so people get value out of replays. But if you are not seeing the banner, that means we're live. So ask your questions. Time to turn in my lease. I'm already over the sales guys, not sure how to start. First thing you're going to do, sounds like you've decided you're going to lease again. So that would be the most important question. That's always the first question, because that's the foundation of your deal. Leasing versus purchasing. I always say, if you've been on the show before, you can't get a great deal if you purchase, but you should have leased. Impossible. So once you decide that, now we're going to do an equity assessment. So we are no longer, Lisa, going to turn in. Who's dropped off a lease to a dealer at any time in their life? Type 1. You had a lease, you've just dropped it off or returned it to the dealer. And what you're going to see now is you're getting a lot of dealers that say, we're a lease return center. Bring your lease in. We'll ground your lease for you. Even sometimes it's not even their brand. They sell Hondas and they'll say, hey, bring any lease and we'll return it. The reason they're doing that is because they're going to do an equity assessment. So the reason why, right after you decide whether you're leasing or buying, that's my process is 7 steps. That's why my book is called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. Step 7 is delivery. That's the end. But the first step is lease versus buy, 8-year rule. Second step is equity assessment, because you need to understand that every time you give your car to a dealership, either dropping it off on lease or you trade, they're assessing your equity. They're assessing the position of what the vehicle is worth on the market. We do that. We never let the dealer do that before we do that. And the only way we do that, we don't use Blue Book, we don't use Black Book, we don't use any algorithm sites. We have a huge advantage with cars we don't have with houses. That's we could get offers. We can get real offers. Imagine being able to, at any time, if you're a homeowner, literally get no obligation offers on your home. You could just put your home, you could just go to buyers and say, here's this kind of house I got, and you could get multiple offers. Hey, I'll pay this for it, I'll pay this for it, I'll pay this for it. That'd be amazing, but you can't. So all they have with homes is algorithms, Zillow, Zestimates, and all of that. With cars, we can get real offers from the people who compete to buy cars. And this is our first step before we budget, before we think about what car we want, before shopping, we are doing an equity assessment. So what that looks like, Jane, is you're going to call your leasing company and you're going to get the payoff. There's 2 types of payoffs, a customer payoff, a dealer payoff. Depending on the brand, sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. Sometimes the dealers don't have to pay taxes, and so it depends. There's no hard rule, but you're going to get the customer payoff. Customer payoff, then you're going to ask them if you that step is the same for everyone, whether you own a car, you lease a car, doesn't matter. Only people who don't have to do that is if you have a paid off car. You skip that step and you go right to the next step. But if you have a lease, you're going to ask an additional question. Do I have a third-party restriction? If you don't have a third-party restriction, you can sell to the highest online bidder. The bidders that we're going to get, if you own your car outright, you can sell to the highest online bidder. You have a lease with no third-party restriction, you can sell to the highest online bidder. If you have a finance car with a bank loan on it, you can sell to the highest online bidder. The only people who can't sell to the highest online bidder are leases with third-party restrictions. So you're still going to go and get the offers from the online bidders because you want to know a roundabout of what the car is worth. So we're going to go to CarMax. We're going to go to Drive. We get 6 offers. This is the equity assessment laid out in my book, step 2. When you do this, you're getting CarMax offers, Driveway offers, Carvana offer, Kelly's Blue Book Instant Cash offer, AutoNation Sell My Car, and Car Guru Sell My Car. When you get to the point where if you lease, just pay attention. See, there's a lot of details. This is why I say when y'all are trying to look through all my social media videos, you don't realize what things are applicable to you and which are not. So I'm talking to 4 different types of people right now. People who, all of you should be doing an equity assessment. People who have a car that's owned outright. People that has a car with a loan on it. People that has a lease, no third-party restriction. People who have a lease with a third-party restriction. So you have to take the nuances and say, all right, that part was for people with third-party restriction. This part is not. I don't have a third-party. So when you call and you get a third-party restriction, you need to take a different route to sell. But everyone's going to get those 6 offers. Everyone. Shout out to y'all tapping the screen, running the likes up, and shout out to the sharers. Thank you to everybody that shares the broadcast. It means a lot. Tag your closest friend. So now you get those 6 offers. If you have a lease, whenever you're on those websites, it's going to ask you, is the car owned, financed, or leased? You want to put owned. Do not put lease because it triggers something in their website where it thinks every lease has a third-party restriction and they may not give you an offer. So don't do that. Now, once you get those offers, you can sell to the highest bidder. Now, if you have a third-party restriction, we're going to take those offers. We're going to kind of see where those offers are, kind of get an estimate, and now we're going to go and sell that car to a used car, to a brand. Let me explain it like this. If you have a BMW, you can only sell to a BMW dealer. When you have a third-party restriction, you can only sell to a BMW dealer. Now, hundreds of thousands of people around the country, they found out they had a third-party restriction. They bought their cars and resold them. The reason I don't like doing that is because you pay taxes, you pay fees, and that comes out of your profit. So if you were going to make $5 grand, you buy your car. By the time you pay the taxes and fees, you wait for the title, you probably won't make anything. But when we sell direct to a dealer by getting bids from multiple BMW dealers, if I have a third-party restriction of Nissan, I'm getting multiple bids from Nissan dealers. And once I get my offers from those dealers, now I'm going to sell to the highest one because dealers don't pay those same fees. Dealers will I don't have to pay the taxes and fees. That doesn't come out of my profit. So we've had people who sell direct to the highest bidder online, depending on their situation. And we have people who, with third-party restrictions, sell to the highest bidder among a local dealership. But we must get bids. Doesn't change. We get bids no matter what. So some people say, Deshone, I use what you teach. I went on those websites. They said they don't buy leases. You didn't do what I told you to do. You put that it was a lease in there, and then no, you don't. No, you have a third-party restriction. We sell to a dealer of the same brand. We get bids from multiple dealers. That's what I'm saying. So it's laid out in my book. If you want the roadmap, if you don't want to try to remember this, TikTok bio, Instagram bio, comment section on YouTube or Facebook, or you can scan the QR code, get your book for 75% off. You won't pay the normal. Hold on one second. Let me turn this off. You won't pay the normal $97. Okay, so that's the equity assessment. When you said, Lisa Jane, I'm not sure how to start, that's the process. Because we never return a lease that has equity. We don't return a lease until we find out that there's no equity. If there's no equity, then we'll drop off the lease and we'll shop for our replacement vehicle. All right, good question. Go ahead, Dolan. Good evening. How do I narrow down the luxury brand of car desired after filling out the shopping sheet? I'm looking at cars. Once you fill out the sheet and you're looking at, you're talking about you're in the step 4 shopping. Val, you're trying to decide what you want. Hold on, let me be clear. If you're in the phase where you're trying to decide what we want, we see in step 4 we have a whole process, a whole step that's called shopping, not buying. See, you need to clearly separate those two things. See, what happens when you mix shopping and buying, you go in to look at cars. If you're looking for a new car or a lease, you go in, you're test driving cars, and then you sit down, you start talking numbers. You mix the two. Shopping is deciding what you want. That's going in test driving. That's taking the kids, making sure they have enough leg room. That's doing everything to make sure. Test driving, 15, 20-minute nice test drive. All right, comparing the features, going to drive the Honda, then I'm gonna drive the Kia, then I'm gonna go drive everything I'm interested in. I'm not talking numbers with anybody. That is shopping. Once you have decided what you want, now we're coming home and all the purchasing is done from here. All the bidding is done right from where you're right. Like, this is where I get my cars at, right here. I sit right in front of my computer, and in 60 minutes of work, I'm going to have bids coming in 48 hours. I'll know what the below market values are. So if you're just talking about the shopping phase, I'm on YouTube. If I'm looking for like a 3-row SUV, I'm typing in 3-row SUV. And then I'm looking at the competitors, because we're not giving enough. Look, car dealers, no, not car dealers. Car manufacturers do a horrible job of marketing. Horrible. There's 40-something companies that make cars that spend millions of dollars to try to get you to come see them at least. And so that's the reason why you notice when you have a car, they're reaching out to you before the car's paid off, before the lease is up, because they know once you get to the end, you're more likely to shop. That's why they try to keep you. We were reaching out to people with Mercedes 6 months before their lease was up. 9 months. Hey, Mr. Jones, if I could get you out early, would you consider it now? Hey, good news, Mr. Jones. Hey, I might be able to get you into a new Mercedes and keep your payment right around where you are, right around where you're at now. Is that something that sounds good? Okay, when can you come in? All right, not till this weekend, but you're going to have to lower the payment. This payment kind of high. Listen, Mr. Jones, look, we have several options. You're a loyal customer. You've been with Mercedes for a long time. Anytime you come, listen, I promise you, me and my manager will work hard to make sure you get a number that works for you. But the first thing we want to do is pick a car. We got a lot of nice new models. Want you to see them. Blah, blah, blah. You got to understand, if we're pulling you out of the car early, we're trying to prevent you from shopping the market, because every couple years, there's new product, new technology, new features. You want to see this stuff. You want to see these cars. And so that's when I'm telling you is you're about to spend 50 grand, 30 grand, 70 grand. Take the time and treat it like if you were going into the mall to spend that kind of money. If you were walking into the mall to spend that kind of money, how would you want to be treated? Would you ever rush yourself? Would you want anyone rushing you to make a decision when you're about to make a $70,000 decision? A lot of you are not test driving enough cars. Now, with a used car, you can't test drive it until right before you buy it. So, because every used car drives different. But for those of you leasing and getting new cars, purchasing them, you should be test driving everything that's in the category of a car you want. Everything. Test driving and then narrowing it down. This is how people end up getting a car, and in 3 months they're like, hey, I don't really like the car. It's not as comfortable as I thought. You didn't test drive it. You did a short, quick test drive. So don't rob yourself of the shopping experience. We don't. That's why I have a whole step that is only devoted to shopping. And then what you do, Val, is you put it into Google and you type in the year and you type in initial quality. That's going to tell you on that first page what the ratings say. Listen, don't ask your neighbor what they think of the new car. They might love it, but there's 10,000 other people in the country that have that same car. You need to know what is the data saying about that. 10% of those people might be dealing with electrical issues. That's going to show in that initial quality scan on Google. Then you look and you Google reliability. So initial quality's first 90 days, reliability's first 3 years. Everyone who's leasing needs to be typing those two things in. Initial quality, skim the articles, look for any red flags, then do the same thing for reliability. Those of you who are purchasing, you should be doing longevity. And that's going to tell you if the car has transmission problems later on. That's going to tell you what the engine is rated to do. These are 5-minute exercises that will save you from getting a Maserati that's in the shop every 3 months. So that's the shopping process, Val. And don't cheat yourself of it. Don't shortcut it. Take as much time as you need in that part of the process. Because once you decide what you want, getting offers is quick. If you're doing it my way, getting offers is literally 60 minutes. So don't rob yourself of shopping. All right, good question. Go ahead, Dolan. One thing I will not do is sign anything to test drive. If anybody ever, keep that question up. If anybody ever makes you sign something to test drive, first of all, and I have a particular way I set up a test drive. In my book, I teach you how to call a dealer, ask for the most experienced salesperson, the guy everybody loves, the person everybody loves, and you set up the test drive with that person. You set up a random test drive or you walk into, you don't know who you're going to get. You might get Lou Ricardo. He only been there for 2 months. He made $10,000 last month. He hungry. He feeling like he could do no wrong. Even when he lies, he's not going to get caught. And that's the guy you're dealing with. You got to set up everything is a system. Nothing is left to chance when you're following my process. And no one who's experienced like that would ever require you to sign something before you test drive it. Driver's license, I have your information. I have your email. Okay, that's what we need. All this other stuff is just a trick to lock you in. It's ridiculous. Okay. All right. This one's from YouTube. Deshone, I got equity now at the end of my lease, but I got a third-party restriction. How can I sell it to a dealer without buying a new one? Separate the transactions. When Dave came in, Dave was the first person who used this strategy back in 2021. And he joined me because he said, look, I had a BMW. As soon as I found out how to get around this, that made me like $1,500 to $2,000 more because I had the third-party restriction. You call, we speak to used car managers, and you're going to get bids from used car managers. Hey, I got a car. I'm looking to sell it. I have a specific script in my book, but hey, I'm looking to sell it. And, can I give you some information about it? And you give me an offer. And we want to get at least 3 offers. It's a relatively new car, 2-3 years old, and that's it. You're having conversations and you're getting offers. These guys, their job is to buy cars. So, but that's independent of who you're getting the car from. So if I talk to a guy and he was like, look, I like your car, I can pay you this for it, I'm going to tell him, look, okay, I'm about to shop for my new car. I'm looking to have that deal done in a couple weeks. And as soon as I make that deal and schedule the delivery, I'll call you and I'll drop off this car to you. Now he's going to say, well, if too much time passes, I might have to look at it again. No problem. Understand. If 2 months pass, then yeah, I would keep in touch with him and be like, hey, I'm still shopping. Do you need to take a look at it again? Just so the person, I'm always, anyone who's listening to me, who uses my stuff, they're always locking up equity in who they're going to sell the car to before they focus on the new car shopping. Before. Equity needs to be, because that's a bidding process. I've already gone through the bidding process. I know who I'm giving my old car to. Now I'm on to my next car. I'm on to the replacement car. I'm on to the loan that's separate. But this needs to be locked up first, because what will happen is you've been taught, don't tell the dealer about your trade till the end. Let me tell you how horrible, who's heard that advice? And I'm going to tell you why that's the worst advice about getting money for your trade-in you could have ever listened to. Hopefully you never listened to it, but who's heard, don't tell the dealer about you that you have a trade until the end? Who's heard that? Okay, Adri said, I've heard that. Okay, who's heard that? Okay, SS, I see you on YouTube. Me. Okay. This is a widespread thing. If you go on any of the negotiators websites or whatever, or you see social media videos, they'll tell you, or I'm gonna tell you why that's hard. Because they're teaching you to shop a way where you are gonna negotiate your way to a deal. You're not sitting at home bidding. And then so you're spending this time, and now you get the dealer to a price that you're comfortable with. All right, I like this price. Now they're telling you spring the trade on them. So what happens when the dealer doesn't give you what you think the trade is worth? What happens? Because if a dealer gave you a great price on your, and you don't know that because you don't have enough offers, I'm gonna continue to emphasize that. You don't know you have a great price unless you have 4 or 5 other offers to compare them to. I have a great price from you. But so now dealer says, look, I know you think your car's worth 18, but I can only pay 16. That it's max is 16. Now you're like, all right, well, listen, I'm out. Okay. Who lost there? SS, I know you walk away. I know. You lost. You just sat there and negotiated hours only to get up and walk away with no car. See, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really interested in the people who your money's just as important as your time. Time is just as important as your money. No one's going to waste my time. And I want you to have strategies where no one can waste your time. Because while you're sitting there for 2 hours and getting up to walk away, the salesman's like, okay, listen, they don't know their car's not worth 16, but whatever. Somebody else is going to buy this car. So you're going to go and do that same thing again with some other dealer. 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. And I think that I guess they just know that you're comfortable spending a whole lot of time car shopping. But you don't do that. The only time you're ever going to reveal that you have a car that you might bring to the transaction is when you know you already have offers. So I don't mind once a dealer wins the bid saying, well, look, I do have this old car. I already agreed to sell it to this dealer from Kelly's Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, but if you could match it or beat it, I'll give you the car. That's different because you're not going to stop my deal. When you do it like that, no one stops your deal. Now, you know what? Hey, that dealer that's paying you that's a good offer. All right, no problem. I'm going to buy the car from you because you won the bid, and then I'm going to sell the car to them. And if by chance they say, you know what, that is a car I could, my used car manager says he can match that. Great, here you go. But this getting up and walking away, driving to a dealership, only to find out I got to the dealership, they told me they had $4,000 in fees made up that they put. I just got up and walked away. You wasted 2 hours of your life that you can't get back, and you still need the car shop. So what you're going to find using what I teach, you'll never waste your time. You'll never waste your time. My time's just as important, man. I got 2 kids. I got a lovely wife. I want to spend time with them and people I love, not in car dealerships walking out. That's just me. If you like me, then we're gonna love working together. So go ahead, Dolan. All right. Why is the dealership telling me I have to pay a down payment on a lease? You're only talking to one dealer. That's it. 80% dealer. See, listen, lazy shopping. And listen, I don't know you, Jamaica. I don't know how familiar you are with my stuff. 80% of dealers are overpriced. 80% of dealers are going to lie. You're only dealing with one dealer. That's what you're going to get. You're at the mercy of one dealer. But I'm going to tell you something. You're never going to get stuff like this. Tote, $690 a month, $54,000 BMW, sitting at home getting bids. Look, absolutely failed to share. I graduated. She joined my program back in 2020. Now, just so you know, I have a video program and coaching. It's the same. It's based on the book. It's 7 steps videos, 7 steps, 7 steps in the book. So, for those of you who want to know about this other program, you go to my bio. You can attend my masterclass. and you can attend my free masterclass. But this is what happens when you bid. Look, when you get bids. This is my first time leasing a brand new car. Got a 2023 BMW. This was last year. Awesome lease incentive, 75 off, plus you got $1,000 off. Look, Greg, 527. Look, monthly payment, 527. You don't see down payments here. Look, Danielle, $550 a month with first payment down. That's it. Included maintenance, gap insurance, all the fees. Look, we could do this all day long. This was Bonita in the middle of the pandemic. Middle of the pandemic, while people were paying $5 grand and 10 grand over sticker for Telluride. Look, I got my got my dream vehicle, 2023 Kia Telluride. Got that in December 2022. Bids, 600 down, 600 a month. That was a 1.25 lease. I remember when she got it. And I always show that because people were out there, oh, there's no deal. People have been saying that for years. People been saying that to me for years. Deshaun, there's no deals out here. Somebody probably wrote that in the comments. I'm sure that's one of the questions. Sean, it seems like it's no deals out here. Now listen, no strategy, no deals. Strategy, great deals. So one of the things we're never going to do is listen to what one dealer says. 5 dealers, 5 offers. You could do it your way, manually, or you could do it my way. It's up to you. But you get 5 offers because 4 are overpriced. That's the numbers, okay? And that's how you guarantee when you drive off with a car that you paid the lowest price in the market. You can't guarantee you paid the lowest price in the market when you only got one price. You can't guarantee when you only got 2 prices. Now, somebody who in my book, I teach something called the 25-to-5 strategy. This is for new cars and leases. We connect with 25 dealers online using my templates. You copy and paste. I got all my stuff in there. You just fill in what you want. And then we reach out to, and then out of those 25 dealers, we're shopping all their inventory. So we got a good shot of, out of 25, we got a good shot of 10 of those dealers having a car we'd be interested in. And our goal is to get 5 offers. That's it, all by email. So you can do it your way. You can call, you can do however you want, but we know this because we shop better than anyone else in this world. So when we're looking at all these offers and when we can say confidently 80% are overpriced, we can talk to someone who's only getting 1 or 2 or 3 offers and tell them there's no way you're going to get great below market deals shopping that way. It's just not going to happen. So I wish I could tell you could mix your way. The only thing I can say about mixing your way is if you don't want to use my strategies to get the 5 offers. You want to get 5 offers some other way, God bless you. But you get 5 offers if you want below market deals. And if you're looking at super popular vehicles, Charles got a Palisade. Look, he got 10 offers. I reached out to 35 Hyundai dealers, got 10 quotes back. Offers range from 1.3 to 1.23 to 1.66. He ended up with a 1.23 lease on a Hyundai Palisade. $48,000 vehicle, $597 a month. So that's why the dealer you're dealing with is telling you need a down payment because that's who they are. They're an 80% dealer. They're an 80% dealer. All right? That's just what it is. Strategy. Go ahead, Dolan. All right. TikTok. Miss Brooklyn. How much is a good price under MSRP? It's going to be different for each car. It's going to be different for each car. There's no way for you to know this. No way for you to know this. Look, Eddie got a Toyota. He got $2,086 under MSRP. You don't know what the bottom is without offers. Your way of shopping the old way, you're just feeling for the bottom. No way. And I'm showing you all of this so you know. Look, Kimberly got $20,000 off of Maserati a little while ago. $86,000, you see it right here, $86,000 MSRP. Their selling price to her was $66,261. Had she got excited thinking, I'm just going to make up a number. I'm just going to, if I could save $7,000 off this Maserati, that'd be great. We don't pick what the bottom is. We get enough offers and it reveals what the bottom is. You get a bunch of offers on a Toyota Camry, the lowest offer, $2,000 under MSRP. Now, Kimberly, Maserati, that car, 20 grand off. Look, Sean, $20,000 off his F-150 Lightning XLT. Look, MSRP 73, dealer discount 4,900, 15,500. Now, just so y'all know, the 80% dealers are not even going to tell you there's a $15,500 rebate. So don't think he was just looking at a bunch of offers and everyone had a $15,000 rebate. Some people tell you, okay, there's 7,500 in rebates. Some people tell you it's 2,000 in rebates. If you're sitting in front of them, what do they have to tell you that for if you don't have, you're not going to shop. The statistics show, unfortunately, average people are going to shop 2 dealers. That's statistics. That's something that we're trained on. 2 dealers. So if you're going to shop 2 dealers and you're going to shop like the average person, why the heck am I going to tell you there's a $15,000 rebate on this vehicle when you're sitting in front of me and we just negotiate? That's what you're going to get. So it's no way for you to predict where the bottom is. Look, it's no way. Look, this is Tiffany. Tiffany sent me this the other day. She used my book. She got a $44,000 CX90 Mazda 2024, $6,530 off. Look, you see it up at the top. Believe we got a good deal from what we learned from the rest of the book. This is a bid. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't care how big the discount is. If it's from one dealer, that's not enough. Because again, the discount could look amazing. Wow, 7 grand off, 10 grand off, 15 grand off. Until you get the 5 offers minimum, what if the max was 20 off? What if the max was 25 off? I told you, I sold a Maybach when I was working for Mercedes-Benz. It had a $20,000 rebate. If a person was getting bids for the Maybach, they would have saw that they could probably save 30, 40 grand off a Maybach at that time when they were running a $20,000 rebate. But if they came in and the dealer said, all right, look, I'll give you 15 grand off. If they thought, okay, that sounds good. So you don't get to pick where the bottom is. No one does. And if you try that, you're going to lose every time. And you're going to lose by not getting to the bottom and by wondering. See, that buyer's remorse, that's wondering. Was that really the bottom? You think we could have got more money off? That's buyer's remorse. We never have that. I want you to never have that. And when you sit at home and you let these offers come to you and you look and you see 5, 6, 7 people bidding for your business, you'll never wonder. You'll never wonder again. That feeling of in your gut of, oh, I hope I'm not getting ripped off. Oh, I hope this is a good price. That's a thing of the past. You'll never have that. Okay? And you deserve not to ever have that. Stop shopping the old way. Okay? Go ahead, Dolan. Very common question, too. Yep, you did the work. This one's Nita from TikTok. Instagram, I don't see enough questions over here. Instagram, I see a couple of y'all on, but I don't see any questions. Can I oil you up? Okay, you got to get my battery. You always got some weirdos popping up. That's why I'm going to let Dolan pull in the questions. Sometimes I'll be reading and we get just... Good. All right, so Nita from TikTok. Should I be worrying about the cost of insurance when buying a car? I would... Look, insurance is insurance. I would use a site like Insurify or Jerry, the Jerry app. I would use a site that shops multiple companies. Insurify shops multiple companies. And, you know, some of the smaller companies that don't have the big budgets, you know, some of you go to insurify.com tonight, you might save money. So you need to, you know, and I'm not endorsed by Insurify right now. I just believe in the product. Look, I believe in anything that gets my favorite 2 words, multiple offers. Because that's how we buy everything else. That's how we buy TVs. That's how we buy electronics. That's how we buy groceries. You go in, you want some potato chips. You got 30, 40 companies competing. You got, you know, spaghetti sauce. 10 different companies competing. trying to sell you. Oh, we're on sale this week. Blah, blah, blah. It's always multiple offers. So any tool that gets multiple offers, I love it. So Insurify.com or the Jerry app. Yeah, insurance is insurance. Jay Love, how's the market looking? Watch the earlier broadcast. We answered that. That was pretty much, I think that was the first question in the show. So you could go to YouTube, watch the rebroadcast, and you'll see the answer to that question. Go ahead, Dolan, shoot that next one out. Okay, what is a third-party offers? What is a third-party restriction? Third-party restriction is a restriction in your lease contract that says you cannot sell direct to a used car buyer other than a dealership of the same brand. So we get bids from Carvana, CarMax, Driveway, Kelly's Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, Car Gurus, and AutoNation. 3 of those offers are from local dealers. 3 of those offers are from online car buyers. And they cut a check same day. Simple process. They compete. Third-party restriction means you can't sell direct to them. You would have to buy the car and resell it. We don't do that. We sell to a dealer of the same brand. We get bids from a dealer of the same brand. So that's what a third-party restriction is, and that's how we handle those. All right. Go ahead, Dolan. Everything I'm teaching for those who just came on is in my new digital book. It's called Car Shopping. Well, it used to be called Car Shopping for people that hate car shopping. Now it's just Cars from Home. 7 steps to saving time, money, and avoiding dealerships. So for those of you who want the same results that you're seeing from all these people, if you want those below market deals to be your below market deals, and you get the roadmap, you get the guide, it's a step-by-step blueprint. First step is, because many of you don't know the 7 steps. Those of you who have the book, you know it. First step is the most important question. How many years are you keeping the car? That's the 8-year rule. That's going to help you decide whether you need to buy or shop for a great lease deal. Second step is the equity assessment. Third step is deal structure, and it's deal-focused budgeting. We don't just budget. Budgeting is whatever it is, I'll just budget and I'll see what I could afford. No, we budget for a deal. You need to know what a deal. When I'm budgeting for a lease, I'm budgeting to see if the lease is great, this is what it should cost. If I'm budgeting for a purchase, I'm budgeting, this is how much a great deal should be. I'm coming up with my max offers way before I ever go look at cars. So that's day 3. That's step 3, deal structure. Step 4 is shopping, not buying. Step 5 is multiple offers. That's when we're in the market. Step 6 is paperwork and protection. Step 7 is delivery. 7-step process. So everything is in there step by step. You can get your copy for 75% off as part of our book launch. It's in my TikTok bio, in my Instagram bio, or if you're on Facebook or YouTube, it's in the comment section, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. If you're watching us on TV, you can scan that QR code with your camera to get your copy. Be in your inbox in 5 minutes. Okay, this is Wes from Facebook. How do you feel about vehicles that are well over MSRP? Don't. See, I mean, if you guys can't see that you need help, because the language you're using is really desperate language. You know, I really don't know, because here's the thing. You're walking into dealers because that's all you know to do, and you're saying that stuff. Vehicle I'm interested in selling almost 20 grand over MSRP. I remember when the new Broncos came out a couple years ago during the pandemic, and people were paying 10 grand, 20 grand over MSRP for them. And when our first person got a Bronco with no markups, everyone who paid 10, 20 grand, 5 grand, 2 grand over at that time, money's out the window dealing with 80% dealers. And then you go in and you say this stuff that just works against you. Oh man, you go into another dealer. Hey, what's this? Oh, y'all got, how much y'all asking for this? Well, we're asking 10,000 over sticker. Oh, okay, that's better than the other deal. This other deal I was in, they was asking 20 grand over sticker. Negotiating against yourself. How you gonna turn around and ask me for money off when you just said that the price, because I'm 10 grand over, I'm good. Oh man, you only 5 grand over stickers. Man, all right, this is good because the other one was 20 grand over sticker. Okay, so don't ask me nothing about my 5 at all. You interested? Because hey, yeah, let's talk. What's the payment like on this? All right, come on, have a seat here. This is you going out with the cleaver in your head. I don't know how else to tell you. Like, sometimes I'm nice. I'm a nice guy. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't a nice guy. This is what God put me here to do. But I'm telling you, you're sheep to slaughter. If you don't learn this strategy, you are a sheep to slaughter, and every single time you buy cars, you're overspending by that. You go out right here. Now, if you get bids and you start to see, okay, man, I could get that car not only for this. We had somebody come on the show the other day, and she said, man, I got a brand new 2024 BMW X4M, the M. And she said, I got the bids. I got $4,000 off and another $3,000 for my military. I saved $7,000. Bids sitting at home. Some people going in the BMW dealers paying $5,000 over sticker for the brand new, newly designed 2024 M. So, any way I could get it, I'll break down the numbers and let you see. That sound like this guy and these people he's showing getting way different results than I'm getting. And sometimes I'm gonna just be straight up with you. You $24. I don't know. So go ahead. I don't know, because that's it. All I could do is just follow the show and listen to what we're talking about so you can understand. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dolan. You can't make people. It's crazy. Like, literally, you cannot make people. Like, I could sit on here, talk till I'm blue in the face, talk about the money, show the people. You can't make you. I can't make y'all. So only the minority of people who are like, yo, you know what? This dude, I've been public for 3 years. If what I was teaching wasn't working, if I was scamming, if people were getting my stuff, we wouldn't be 5-star reviews. We wouldn't have 2 million followers. It would have came out a long time ago. I've been doing free master classes for 3 years. This would have been out by now. So understand, I'm fighting for your money. I'm fighting to protect your money. And I never had a book for $24. The least expensive way to work with me before my book came out was $397. I'm gonna let that sink in. The least expensive way to work with me prior to my book coming out was $397. And people didn't bat an eye. Some of you have been in my master classes. You've been in my free master classes. You know, oh man, I can't work personally with Deshone. I can't get his step-by-step strategies until I invest in his program. All those people that y'all seeing been investing in my program since the pandemic. I never had something for $24 that you could get everything I teach. It took me everything because I priced the book at $97. I said, it's not fair. It's not fair that I'm going to help you save thousands and thousands of dollars and I'm charging the same price for daggone books that are talking about wizards and fairies. That's not fair. But, I got to be obedient. God told me to do this, I'm going to do it. I don't know how long I'm going to do it. But for now, you can get your book for 75% off in my TikTok bio, in my Instagram bio, in the comment section. YouTube and Facebook. TikTok, is it better to get a car loan from a credit union? No, we use a process. Everything we do is bids. So if you're new to this, we use a process called the bank bidding war, where it's 3 rounds. So before we look for a car, if I'm looking at a Honda, first thing I'm going to do is see, does the Honda I'm looking for have any special interest rates? 0%, 0.99%, 1.99%. That's going to eliminate my needing to shop for any bank loans, because a special subvented interest rate is like a finance rebate. They're giving you rebates in the form of financing. So no one can compete with that. So once I do round 1, if there's no special interest rates, now we start getting our bids for the car. Or if I'm looking for a used car, we start, shopping the marketplaces, narrowing it down to the ones that are going to be the best value. And then once we see who wins the bid, we find our car, we lock up that car, and then we go and we start round 2 of the bank bidding war, which is going to be our credit union, our banks, online lenders going online and letting everyone access our credit with a hard pull. Because if you do this right, this weighs on your credit just like one hard inquiry. So if one hard inquiry drops your score 10 points, you could have 20 hard inquiries in this 48-hour period, and it's going to drop at the same 10 points. So we do that, and whoever gets the best rate, whoever makes us the best offer from round 2, then we call the dealership and we give them an opportunity to beat it, and that's round 3. The dealers have 7, 10, 15 banks. Any of their banks can beat it. That's the bank bidding war. Everything we do is a bid. There's no price assurance shopping the old way. There's not only are you overpaying, even if you get a good deal, you're going to question it because you don't have enough offers to compare it to. Once you have enough offers, I had 10 banks compete for my business. I know I got the best rate. We need to know. That's the name of the game. Price assurance, guarantees. These are words that you haven't had in your car buying experience. I'm guaranteeing. If I ask any of these people here that I showed you, Tiffany with the Mazda earlier, Sean with the $20,000 off his F-150, Charles with his Palisade lease. If I asked any of these people, if you said, hey, look, are you willing to bet me $500 that there was no better offer in the market that you could have got, they'll all take the bet. I'll take the bet. But if I asked you, and I took listen, what's the last car you bought? Okay, are you willing to bet $500 that there wasn't any lower offer in the market for that same car? Would you take the bet? No price assurance. No price assurance. Price assurance only comes through multiple bids, multiple offers. All right? All right, y'all. I think we're going to wrap. Thank you, Nita. I'm glad you enjoyed that. We've been on for about an hour. It's our 7 p.m. show. You may see the rebroadcast. Well, we'll see the rebroadcast. You can invite your friends to the rebroadcast. We play them throughout the day on all our channels. Everything I'm teaching is out of my book. You guys know that. If you want to attend my free masterclass, we have a link in the comment section for you. It's called Everything You're Doing Wrong, Buying, Selling, and Leasing Cars. It's about an hour. So you could go there. We're going to wrap, Dolan. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired, man. We'll wrap an hour and 2 minutes, man. Everybody can come back, join us on another live show because we got tons of questions. We could never get through all the questions. Once the stream starts heating up, we can't get through all the questions. So if you want to attend my free masterclass, it's a link in the comments, or if you're on Instagram, there's a link in my bio. You can attend. It's an hour long, and then we do Q&A after. And then if you, of course, want the book, you guys know where it's at, in the comment section or in my bio. Other than that, I'll see you all on the next show. Shout out to everybody who joined, and it was good to see you all. All right, I'll see you all on the next stream. God bless you.